Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, today's episode is kind of exactly what you think it is. It's just more building. Right now, obviously, we know that this is going to be one of my key features, filling up this enormous base. But this base is still far from done. It's so far out from its final design and model that I'm not even worried about where it is at the moment, because there's still more to go and there's more that needs setting in it, and basically there's tons and tons of work to be done on this base. I don't have to worry about what I just raised. I can always just flatten it out to where I need it, as you can see. Now that is quite simple. That's because I have reached the halfway mark of this extension section. So once that is up, there's nothing really to stress about, because that is all part of this. Oh wait, there's something, there's a ditch. Let me just double check that I'm in the right spot here. Yeah, there's the doorway. I'm on this door that is exactly halfway marks for the space. The doorways actually make up the halfways. I've done it there intentionally. Now this isn't something that just terminates all of a sudden and will stop, because it's supposed to continue on. Right, there we go. I'm just building the outline. Doesn't hurt to have it in place. As you can see, it allows me to fill in wherever it needs filling. But I'm going to have to turn my pulley angle slightly. Otherwise I'll keep missing the deeper edges as I start filling it in. Like, that may be a deep edge, but I don't have to worry about it. It's covered properly. This one here also has a bit of a deep edge, but it's covered fine. Oh, interesting. Now, before I never used to use the cart, but I decided to use some bronze nails, build up some carts, do a lot of extra things. It has really extended my usability. Just look at it. This section is all going to be blue. I don't even think there's a question of whether it will turn green, because they're all touching the floor. It's only the other sections that turn green because of the fact that they're above the ground. So yeah, this entire quarter is going to be the most easy quarter to put up off this base. Everything will be in the ground, because nothing is at a level where it can't be extended to reach to the level of the foundation. So everything will be in the ground. So this is going to be the most secure section of the base in terms of actual structural integrity. I still have to put up the walls and things like that, but that's nothing to really worry about. It's at this brilliant point where it's reached out as far as it can, and I'll go out and I will improve the land on this side as well. Now let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, I can't do that. I need the You have no idea how much of this I've done so far. This is like so crazy to imagine. almost done with the easy parts. I count this as the easy part of this build because after all of this, it's just about putting it down wherever it needs to be pulled down, cutting out into this big open section of plain here is going to make a big difference as well. I'm not even going to deny that. But once all of this is cut, that's when things really start to look more like the base is getting ready to be completed. Because when this quarter goes on, it's, let's see, 2 loads to do that, and that's a 9 across section. 9, 18, 27. Means I need 1 extra row after the 27th row, and I will reach the end. So 3 more extensions like this to the base, to the maximum reach that I can go, and I'll have everything in. Everything will look pretty, hopefully. Not a lot of people understand how much of time goes into these crazy builds, and that's just a good way to describe it. It's a crazy build because everything has to be extended, everything has to be pulled, the ground has to be flattened, you have to harvest all the stone, and I'm not going to deny it. The way I have harvested the stone from other servers hasn't been 100% the right way of doing it. I've cheated a little bit in terms of using dev commands to move around. I've used new servers every single time. I have manipulated locations. I don't even know how come. I thought every time you generate the seed, things would move around, but for some reason I keep getting things in the right place. And when they aren't, I just reopen the seed like every 5 minutes, and I end up with what I want. And that's been a fantastic way for me. Putting down 2 towers, get a couple hundred out of it, go back, redo it, get another couple hundred, do it again and again. I figured this much would happen eventually. I knew I was going to have to cut into these objects, so it's just going to be a matter of pulling it down. So yeah, so some people might be wondering why my downloads and uploads are so not downloads, sorry, my uploads of my content are so sporadic, and there's a very good reason behind it, and the reason is simple. Editing. Video edits for PC take too long for me to render in a proper edit. It takes longer than it would take for me to make 5 or 6 takes just to render in a video. And to convert the recording into the right format to upload only takes me about 30 minutes for my 1 hour long videos. And in consideration of that, 1 hour for a 30-minute video isn't... Sorry, 1 hour to do these things isn't that heavy in comparison to a lot of other things. So I could really keep doing that all the time and it won't really affect me too badly. All of this was already pulled down by the edge of the other foundations. I'm just trying to get it out enough so that I can start putting in the next 9. All of this is now things that you've already seen me do at least once. So yeah, you'll know that I really push for getting things right. Let's rotate the whack. I'm gonna get back into my smooth section. If you're looking at my food bar, you will see that I've started to eat, and The reason for that is quite simple. I realized that I was wasting too much of time waiting for stamina, and yeah, so I started to import some of my locksmith pie, some of my other ingredients from my other server. Has made a big difference. Ooh, this is so huge. and and if you're looking at it from this point, it doesn't look that huge. But remember, from the end where this foundation for the bottom floor ends is 56 by 28 for that section over there. And over here where it's been extended by 9. So 28 plus 9 makes it quite a bit more. And if I finish off this section, it's a 56 by 56 with 28 by 28 missing. That isn't small, that is a huge base. And what is missing is even huge in terms of actual size for building, because if anybody has built anything near the sizes of my past two bases, you know that those sizes in terms of foundations is hours of work to just set up. And all of these things like mining out the area and leveling out the area takes a lot of stone. I think it takes hundreds of thousands of, not sorry, not hundreds of thousands. Actually, it does take hundreds of thousands for the side building. So far, this building has consumed more stone than I've ever imagined I would ever need. It's taken so much of time that I'm literally running on fumes in terms of sleep. So yeah, that's how it is. And it's going to keep doing it there basically. So I'm saying running on fumes because it's the statement that you use for fuel. When the fuel is basically out, you run on the fumes from the fuel because it can still combust. And that is slightly true because it does happen every once in a while. But yeah, I'm basically really tired from all of this. And my recording schedule has really taken off a lot in the past week. Since Lexi isn't around, I'm not playing so much with anybody. So it's basically I'll jump on and I'll play for an hour or 2 hours of just prep. Then I'll make a video. Then I'll play for another 2 to 3 hours of prep, make another video. And that's how it goes. I'm making at least 6 videos a day. Some of them are for a future upload, which will start alleviating some stress from me in about a month's time. That's for the mobile platform games. And then after that, there is all of this for the standard platform games. The PC platform. Obviously, PC is a real massive platform. It's not one to be taken lightly. I made so many mistakes with English. Not even funny. I still have to complete a lot of this space even after it's been pulled up. Looks like someone tried to help me out here. I think I did this myself. I don't know what's going on. I might be getting kicked. I've been kicked 3 times from the server so far. Obviously, I know that my terraforming is definitely going to affect all of this. I do know for a fact that I'm going to have to pull up all of that. All of that is going to have to be pulled. It's going to make a difference to the overall aesthetic of the build. There's going to be some places where things that I would normally put in aren't going to be put in because I have to think about these things. And let me just count out to where I need to be. It's quite easy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, just need to have some patience, pull it up to that edge, and then things will be a lot easier. All I've got to do is pull my benches to the edge here, pull it all the way down, make up this entire quarter, build up the internal building structure, which takes quite a bit of time because there's all the iron reinforcement, and that is a very slow process compared to this. As you can see, this is still too low. Yeah, so this is going to be a crazy long time in the works, basically. Whew. How much more stone do I have left? A lot. You have to just demolish them in that order, otherwise they don't work for moving it around. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this would be suited a little bit more there. I don't have to be on the edge with this one, I can be a little bit more inside. If I can pull another row out, that would be a lot better for me as well. Time to raise the ground. Man, this is so crazy. Okay, let's get it out all the way. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Figured that there would be a point where I missed everything that I should have. Not going to walk, I need to pull up on this ground. Well, there was an accident. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm a little bit more short than I should have been, but I will get it in place. You'll see how. Little tricks to get everything right. I actually haven't set myself a spawn point, so if I die, I end up right back here. Not right back here, right back at the starting point. 8. Perfect. Close it out a little bit more. Right, perfect. Let's have a look at how they balance the ground. They aren't the best, but I can stand on the top here and this should work. No, I don't have enough. You might be wondering why I don't run around with torches or anything like that. I find them to be pretty useless, to be honest, and for that reason that I don't bother with them all that much. Not working. Let me just raise it quickly. Now you might be wondering, why am I worried about something so small? It's not going to affect it all that much. It's just a tiny piece. Well, it can make a bigger effect if it doesn't connect into the ground, because the moment a piece turns green, it can affect the walls on it, and I don't want to go through all of that just trying to figure out where the error is later in the build. Oh yeah, this thing's far out now. You will notice that I left that forge out in the middle of nowhere. The simple reason behind it is I'm going to be using it a ton when it comes to putting up the reinforcement in this level. And that isn't even going to be a small issue because that is going to be massive. You're going to have to reinforce all the way to that central point, because if I am correct with where my placement of my foundation extensions is going to go, this is going to be covered by 4. And once that is in, it's going to have 3 years, so I'm going to be able to build all of that back into this piece, all of that into the piece, all of that and this. So basically we'll have 2 whole sections extended out, and when the third and the fourth come in, that's when things are really going to get heavy, because everything over here will cover out, and then this entire front section is going to be pulled last. It's going to be a very long time consuming operation just to have the foundations put right. Don't even ask me why they're flashing red. They shouldn't flash red no matter what. Yeah. They're all touching the ground. They should be blue. And this side, nothing too low. Everything is going to be more balanced as I get to the edge. Now, if I keep going at this rate, this won't take me quite long. It won't take me much longer to actually finish off this area. In the next run, I will be 918. Yeah, in the next run, I'll be touching the edge. And literally all I've got to do is push a little bit more and I'll have the edge in. And that'll be it. That'll be the end of the base. I'll just have to change where I'm putting the crafting table, just so that I don't have this inconvenience of missing that last edge. It'll only be on the first section that the crafting table has to be moved, and after that everything will be much more simple for me. Everything will be within range, it'll be on the edge instead of in any other location. And by that point you're going to see this massive base coming to life. So yeah, this base is so close to actually being a viable 56 by 56. The 56 by 56, if I had to estimate on time, is about uh, 2 days away. Extending that other section takes a day and a half, maybe 2 days. So yeah, that's what you're going to get to see. I haven't really showcased anything else because the rooms aren't yet done. There's going to be the brewing and cooking room. There's going to be the crafting workshop. I'm still thinking about whether 4 is enough or whether I should just stick to 2, because I don't even know if you can run 2 of a single set of upgrades. And the upgrades are really hard to get everything in place for. I have been farming everything for the upgrades slowly but surely while I've been doing everything else. I wish I could just use creative mode and finish this thing off. I'm not even in the Blackwood Forest. I am in the meadows, and Grey Dwarves are attacking me. They really seem to love me. I do farm quite a bit of them anyway. I do still have the Grey Dwarf farm over here. I'm contemplating whether I want to use braziers or whether I want to use spawns inside the castle, or whether I just want to use standing torches, or whether standing torches are only going to be on the outside. And basically there's so much to think about in terms of design. The flag layout, as you know, this isn't my server, so the primary flag layout is going to be the black on the edges to represent elementary, but the next set of flags will be something else, but I'm not sure what they're going to be, because they're most likely not going to be mine. Okay, let's just drop it there. Let's go and level him out. Did it come off? Yes, it did. Is it in place? I'm not sure. Alright, so that's going to be about it for right now. I'm going to be calling this video here. I hope that you all do enjoy when this build is finally finished. Yes, I'm using portals to get to the roof. The roof will not be accessible by staircase. It would be insane to build a staircase to that roof, and it will interfere with the aesthetic of the inside. The symmetry will be off, and pulling up stairs would mean I weaken up certain parts of the structure. I have to cut out certain reinforcements, and too much of a headache in between. I'd rather just go with the solid roof one time, all fully reinforced, and portals to enter the top. If I am correct, that should be... yeah, it is directly at the halfway mark. And it should be the same on this side and every other side that they appear. You will get them in the halfway marks. The whole idea is for them to be at that point. They on the edge of the wall, so they represent that quarter. So this one is accessible through the second floor. This next one will be accessible through the ground floor. That one will be accessible through the ground floor as well. And last but not least, this one here will access on the second floor to the top. And I know I'm pointing at nothing, but that's exactly what you have. You've seen that inside of the industrial room, it's just the first part of it. Any room besides the room where everyone is going to stay will have massive amounts of boxes like that there. The storage is phenomenal in that manner. I could go with something reinforced, but reinforced isn't really all that better, and it would change up how I'm putting in my boxes. My boxes would have to be slightly changed in placement because those boxes are a lot bigger. Wait, do I have enough wood on me? No, I don't. But let me just show you what I mean on the side here. Look at it, right? That's it. That is exactly a small box. This is double its size. And considering that it's double the size, it also means that I can't put as many in the locations. They do hold a lot more in terms of total resources, but having that many put into the base is overkill. I'm not even joking. Plus, it's way too expensive with fine wood. I don't even know if I can harvest that much of fine wood. I haven't found a location with that much of fine wood, and my axe doesn't last long enough, even with jumping servers, to get something like that. There's no way to easily do it. It's not like you can cut two and have them roll down the hill and take out 100,000 trees all at once. That just doesn't work. So yeah, that's another thing. And as you can see, I can only put two on a base. And when you work that out, I can put three on the bottom, three on the top. That's six in the place of one of these. When you count the internal storage, it has 10 slots by 4 rows. That's 20. It does make up for 20. The 3000 on the other one, this is 20 slots. You see the difference in space. Difference makes a massive impact, and it does mean that with the smaller boxes I can store more, but I might end up actually still upgrading to these in the end, depending on how things go, because if I can find a way to get enough fine wood, I will definitely do it. Putting it all in, doing this for the aesthetic of the locations, they might be fun, they might not be so much fun, because as you can see, they have a particular orientation. This is the way they're supposed to be, but I'd be putting them like this so they don't really show much of any aesthetic. They won't help much for the aesthetic of any build. There'll be just two on a foundation. There won't be any other options to it. And it will mean that I have to tear down everything that I've already put up and restart the entire room. So yeah, that is a mess of this thing. Let me just put it next to this wall and see. I might be able to double them up. Yeah, so it might still fit in to what I've already put in. Okay, if that's the case, then they really top the other ones by a massive amount. Just two is 500 extra, and with the two on top, that's 1,000 extra. Yeah, I'll be getting a lot more storage this way, even though I'm cutting out one box. I'll have to see when I go back up. Might just be what ends up happening in this base, just for the sake of making it bigger, better, expanding everything to the max. And as you can see, this is just another little short trip. And yeah, there it is. You can see how close it is to the end right now. Final countdown. So yeah, this is gonna pull out, and then this is where things go insane again. When I start going downhill over here, there's going to be pulling up. I didn't do it for the deer hide, actually did it for the meat. I need it for the inside. So thank you all for watching and coming along on this adventure for building up another monster base for me. And I hope that you all do enjoy. My series will continue. I will try and neaten up my channel. My channel is really untidy. I know my video count is through the roof at the moment, and I do intend to neaten up everything. I never thought that I had beaten the 300 mark, 365 mark as yet. I'm at 478 videos, which is a massive mark. I'm almost catching up to my subscriber count with the videos, and that would be something really phenomenal. To have something like 1,000 videos with 1,000 subscribers would say that effort equals subscribers. I hope that I do end up getting to that point. And if you do end up watching this and you do enjoy it, please spread it around. Get a few friends to follow. Get a few family members to subscribe. You don't have to turn on notifications. Just the subscriber count hitting 1,000 will be a massive thing for me, because then I actually will earn a little bit from YouTube, and that will definitely end up making my content get a little bit better. So thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for supporting the channel all the way to this point. See you all next time. Have a good day.